I have to start with this from Alexander before we discuss XRP. This post, in my opinion, was excellent. When you play the lottery and wait for your winning numbers to be announced, the likelihood is 0.01%, or nearly zero. This is how XRP differs from playing the lottery. In 5 years, there is a 99% chance of making a lot of money with XRP. Let time do its thing. You purchased a winning lottery ticket during this cycle on the day you purchased your XRP. Even the most conservative individuals continue to advocate for XRP to be valued between $27 and $50. Those who are most optimistic are predicting $5, $8, $9, and $1,000. What I do know is that because XRP will eventually reach 4 and 5 digits, you will have the choice of either cashing in your winning lottery ticket or holding onto it and waiting for its value to rise even further over the course of the following few months. Only a question of time will pass. Ethereum news, XRP price forecast, and the reason remittance is being branded the next XRP. There won't be another XRP. The future lies in XRP. You know why there will never be an XRP killer or alternative, and why the elites see it as the future? The so-called XRP alternatives are XRP killers because Ripple has been installing rail after rail for XRP to run on for the past more than 10 years. Before they even install the rails, another 10 years will pass. There is no XRP killer. XRP is the future. I don't even know why they put that on the new and improved XRP Rich List, because most people who own XRP can do basic math. But look at what it takes to be in the top 10 in 2,396 XRP, soon to be in the 1%. It will be even less in the top 10, because many people will end up selling their entire bag in this cycle, and I think they're going to regret it soon after. I don't want you to overinvest in XRP. Instead, I want you to invest whatever you can afford so you can sit back, be patient, and wait for it to happen.
So far, Ripple has spent more than $3 billion on strategic opportunities and acquisitions. When someone says, "Oh, Ripple's dumping on the XRP community," in reference to the XRP escrow, they are actually doing the following: acquiring companies that increase the usefulness of XRP. Ripple isn't going anywhere, you know. People continue to believe that Ripple would vanish and leave all of their XRP behind for the XRP community. That will never take place. Ripple is putting itself in a position to surpass Amazon as the largest firm in the world. In the future, they will surpass the combined size of Amazon, Home Depot, and Walmart. We will be the bank branches when Ripple transforms into a bank. Once this occurs, a market expert advises selling all of your XRP. According to this article, he is referring to the time when a bill was passed that prohibited members of Congress from trading stocks. I'm not sure how that relates to cryptocurrency, but I wouldn't sell all of my XRP at that time. We are cryptocurrency investors, not stock market investors, and the majority of these politicians don't even want to deal with cryptocurrency. They want it to disappear. The current system is what they wish to remain in. The current system is being raped daily. Despite having virtually little money when they enter Congress, these individuals leave as multimillionaires. By the time they leave Congress, some of them will even be billionaires. As you recall, I mentioned in the previous video that Binance is loading up on XRP. There are currently a lot of people and traders on Binance because Binance traders are growing more optimistic about XRP at $4 next. They are opening long positions on XRP even more frequently than short positions, which indicates that the price is expected to rise significantly from here. However, when investors become bullish on XRP on one of these exchanges, they know that FOMO is coming for XRP as well. People immediately begin to speculate that large influxes of XRP on exchanges mean that people are dumping their XRP, or that someone is manipulating the price of XRP. But this is all conjecture. By the end of 2025, a subsequent post will explain why Binance is investing heavily in XRP. By the end of this year, it is anticipated that 25% of DeFi assets will be managed by AI agents. AI agents are starting to emerge, in my opinion. This is already taking place in the background. However, I believe they will become widespread. An AI agent is something that everyone involved in this field will desire. To get the most out of your cryptocurrency, you should set up that AI agent to work for you while you do all the things you've always wanted to do. The AI will be available around the clock,
every day of the year. Right now, everyone is talking about XRP yield income off of your XRP, and that AI agent will continue to make you money even on days when you do nothing. This is Caleb and Brown's Jimmy Baz. He discusses the risks associated with XRP yield. Before you listen to this clip, I want to warn you that there is a significant risk that you could lose your XRP if you see these things that appear, or if they give you a yield of, say, 20% on your XRP. Listen to this, though.
Yeah, it's a great point. We know that yield generation is something that we're all interested in. I personally, in the past, hunted yields to my dismay. Often at times we've seen, especially in 2021, we saw Celsius, BlockFi, a number of these protocols offer yields. And what you don't realize is that, wow, I'm getting these amazing APYs, but on the back end, my assets are actually at quite significant risk. And that's something that we always encourage for even our clients that want to chase yield elsewhere. Do so, but understand the risks associated, whether it's counterparty risk, as you mentioned. If it's an asset like XRP that you're being offered yields on, well, it's a non-native staking asset. So it means that they're probably loaning out your assets elsewhere to earn a yield, or they're using something like the Flare network to wrap that XRP into Flare and earn yield that way. But that has smart contract risk associated with it as well. So nothing's ever free in this world. If you are going to be offered a yield, there is some sort of risk associated with it. And then it's really up to the client whether their risk profile associates having that underlying asset become at risk to earn that yield or not. And so as a business, as you mentioned, we've very much operated on a risk-off approach. So we just provide spot trading. We aren't exposing client assets to any counterparty risk or any other risk out there. So ultimately, it's up to the client and their risk profile. I would just ensure that you're doing your due diligence. The XRP ledger and all the DeFi capabilities on the AMM are becoming very exciting. It's still relatively new and nascent. So it's important that clients do understand that if you are going to try and earn a yield somewhere, that there are risks associated with that.
There will always be some risk involved, and the higher the yield, the higher the risk. As institutions enter this market, there will be new, safer ways to make money off of your XRP account. But for the time being, anyone who wants to take the chance must always remember that nothing comes for free. He's telling you that, but I've seen offers on XRP that go all the way up to, say, a 12% yield. Something like that is not something I would ever trust. They must be taking significant risks with your XRP, because that yield must originate from somewhere. An annual high is reached by the All-Season Index. Is the largest rally since 2024 about to begin? Right now, everyone is talking about the entire season. When it starts, I mean really starts, and chaos sets in, having a solid game plan will be crucial, and you must follow it. I'm telling you not to let people influence you because there will be a lot of individuals attempting to call the top repeatedly during this cycle. It is necessary to consider both the simultaneous inputs of funds and the concurrent real-world occurrences. It is necessary to observe our current position with regard to ETFs and regulations. Are you aware of the purpose of XRP? You must also observe how it's functioning, because it was designed to move money and other items. Tokenization is about to take off. Since a significant amount of money will be added to the XRP ledger, it is crucial to constantly use reason.
It will be challenging because there will be a lot of excitement, and everyone will be really optimistic about cryptocurrency. People will be phoning you, after all. Hey, do you think now is a good time to get into crypto? You're aware of? Am I too late to get into crypto this time around? Because everyone will want to profit from this in the next months. You will hear about cryptocurrency everywhere, and in the news from the mainstream media. You must keep in mind what you have learnt thus far as an XRP holder. I mean, I demonstrated to you how the rails have been installed since 2022. Since 2022, it has significantly grown. Ripple made a huge impact on the world, but you have to consider everything that is going to happen. Stablecoins and digital currencies issued by central banks are also imminent. I'm saying that we didn't have any of this in earlier runs. When it comes time to turn a profit, there are many factors to consider, and you should never sell all of your XRP.